Hello, everyone. I hope y'all are doing well and having a great Sunday night or a great Monday morning whenever y'all are watching this. But today tonight, talking about our severe weather threat in parts of southern Arizona. And that's really the main thing we'll be talking about tonight. And then other than that, we'll just be talking about our just weather over the next couple of days, and then just looking at some of the National Weather Services stuff, just like probably temperature, precipitation outlook, stuff like that. And then we'll mainly look at the long range and see if we see any major systems or anything like that. But other than that, we really don't have a lot going on other than this marginal risk right here. But we will talk about that in just a second. So as of 9:51 p.m. Mountain Time today on Sunday night on July 21st, we just have a marginal risk down here into parts of southern Arizona. And if we look at our tornado risk, we do not have one with today's severe weather risk. That's a good thing for sure. We do have a wind risk with this, just a 5%. And really the only main area affected by this is Tucson, Arizona. So we look at our hail risk, and we don't have a hail risk either. But just the main place right now is Tucson, Arizona. That is mainly affected by this 5%. So now just quickly looking at the 0ZHRRR, looking around right now, most of your storms, any strong or maybe severe storms, are really moving out of the area. And looking at our time frame right now, really most of those have moved out of Arizona completely. Maybe a few showers that linger behind, even a few storms, maybe even to New Mexico there. But really throughout the next really couple of hours, most of those storms will move out, and maybe just some showers behind that, if any, that really move through. And then by very early tomorrow morning, you will have you really have no precipitation in the area. So most of the rain will really move out throughout the next couple of hours, but really it'll be completely gone by tomorrow morning. Looking at our mixed layer cape, just on the 0ZHRRR here. So with the storms that have continued to move southward here, that instability really remains out in front of those storms that move to the south, and that's really why you don't have any more development behind there and to the north of those storms. So really by the next couple of hours, you don't have much instability at all, if really any, in some areas. And really most of your instability is kind of to the west into parts of southwestern Arizona, but there really won't be any storms that try to get going there. Now looking at our day 2 convective outlook for Monday, July the 22nd, we don't have any marginal risk or anything higher than a marginal risk level 1 just for right now. As of the 17:30 Z update from today on Sunday, we just have a general thunderstorm risk really across almost the entire continental U.S., with our only exceptions and really places like Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, parts of Maine, and then really out into parts of the western United States. And other than that, there just is a general thunderstorm risk across most of the continental United States. Looking at our day 3 outlook on Tuesday, July the 23rd, 2024, and really the same thing here. We have just a mostly general thunderstorm risk across much of, or pretty much the eastern U.S. as a whole, and we don't have any risk higher than a general thunderstorm risk. So really just our general thunderstorm risk out across the eastern U.S., quite a bit of the central U.S., and into some spots of the western continental United States. Now looking at the National Hurricane Center, they don't have any tropical cyclone activity listed here for development for the next 48 hours. And this is a great thing, really. And yeah, it's really a good thing we don't have any areas at this time, but still, it'll definitely be something to continue to watch over the next several weeks and really the next month or two as we get into closer to peak hurricane season. So looking at our 7-day outlook here, still no areas of interest for development. So again, that's a great thing. And really, I mean, most of the waters, especially into the Gulf and the Caribbean, are well warm enough for any development. So definitely a good thing that we don't have any disturbances or anything that could develop. So as of right now, still nothing to really watch at this time. Now, just quickly looking at our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook and 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. First, looking at our temperature outlook, well above average temperatures in parts of the northern U.S., especially into parts of the north central U.S. and the northeast U.S., and really into parts of the mid-south and parts of the southeast near normal temperatures, and actually below average temperatures in parts of central to southern Texas there, into the southeast above average, and much above average into parts of the central U.S. And then we do have a little bit of a below average spot here into parts of Washington State and Oregon. Looking at our precipitation outlook here, it kind of correlates with our temperature outlook a little bit, but we do have a little bit below average chance for precipitation in parts of really much of the Northeast, and above average precipitation in parts of the central and most of the southern U.S. And then looking out to our west, near normal in most of the western United States, with that being an exception into parts of Nevada and California, and then a little bit of above average there into parts of Washington State and Oregon there. Now looking at Alaska and Hawaii, much below average temperatures in really almost the entire state of Alaska, but mainly into parts of central and western Alaska. Then looking at the Hawaiian Islands, near normal temperatures in all of the islands. And looking at our precipitation outlook, above average precipitation is expected in the entire state of Alaska there, with our higher chances for above average precipitation in two parts of northern Alaska. And then looking at our Hawaiian Islands, we do have a little bit of above average precipitation in all of the islands there, with some near normal chances in some spots of the islands. Now looking at our 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, as well as our 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook. First, starting with our temperature outlook here, we do have above average temperatures expected in much of the continental United States here, with our exception being into parts of the mid-south and Texas, really into parts of Texas, as well as Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, southeastern Oklahoma being near normal, with some spots in southern to central Texas being a little bit below normal. And then looking at Alaska and Hawaii, we do have below average temperatures again in parts of western Alaska there, and then near normal temperatures in spots in eastern Alaska. Looking at the Hawaiian Islands, above average temperatures in all the islands. And then looking at our 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook, we do have above average precipitation in most of the eastern United States there, and then into the western United States, a little bit below average precipitation in spots of the western United States, and a little bit above average precipitation expected into parts of the northwest. And then looking at Alaska, above average precipitation in much of the state of Alaska. And looking at the Hawaiian Islands, above average precipitation expected in all of the islands. Now looking towards more of our longer range models, and we're going to look at the 0Z GFS for right now, and then we'll switch to the European in just a second. But really not a lot, not really a lot of activity expected other than some really daily thunderstorm, summer thunderstorm potential each day. And really the only time, or the next really big severe weather event, or bigger I should say, would probably be sometime maybe later this weekend to this coming weekend. We'll have to watch really kind of this weekend if we have any really major thunderstorm chances across parts of the central US. But I will it's kind of hard to see here on the precipitation type look on the GFS, but we'll switch to the 500 millibar height just real quick so you can see it a little bit better. But what we're kind of looking at here is we do have a here's Friday, and then we'll move into Saturday in just a second. But Friday here, you can see a little bit of a trough here into parts of the northwestern United States, and this might bring some severe weather to the central U.S. Really, I would say our bigger day would be into Saturday. And then looking at Friday here, you can see that little bit of a our main trough right out here, and then maybe some short waves kind of embedded in this flow here that could promote a severe weather threat. And looking at our 850 millibar heights, really here you can see it a lot better. We do have quite a bit of a strong low level jet showing up there. Will this be near any instability, or will the instability really overlap this low level jet? We'll have to figure that out eventually, though, as we'll have kind of a daily little thing here where we have a strong low level jet, then it'll kind of repeat itself each day, and we kind of have a period where we have a strong low level jet with these troughs, if that makes sense. I know I'm not explaining it too well, but basically we'll just have periods pretty much starting maybe late this week into this weekend, where we'll have that environment that could be favorable for strong to severe storms in parts of the central U.S. And then real quick, we'll look at surface-based CAPE on the GFS, and then you do have quite a bit of CAPE builds into Thursday into North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, Minnesota there, and then you'll have to watch that. Quite a bit of instability there, and again, will that be anywhere close to that low level jet? We'll have to figure that out later into the week as we get our short range models that get closer to that. But I do think this will be our next main severe weather maker here, and we'll just have to keep watching this throughout the week and really see how this plays out. And especially there's the GFS showing quite a bit of instability there early next week, but it's still pretty far out to look at the specifics. So we'll just keep watching this, and then real quick we'll just switch to the European. We'll go to the 12Z run right here, and we'll go to our 500 millibar winds right here, and it's pretty much the same look on this. Definitely a trough right there with maybe some short waves in that flow kind of right into here, and that could bring maybe some severe weather over here into parts of the central U.S., north central U.S. really, and definitely a similar look there. And we'll look at I did forget to look at this on the GFS, but looking at our dew points on the European, our surface dew points here, you do have some moist air that does get transported up north. As you can see, we don't have a lot of moist air into the middle of the week, but as you get later into the week, that moisture is pushed to the north into parts of the central and north central U.S. Mainly, I think our areas to watch will probably be places like Iowa, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, maybe Nebraska. And then as you get later and then into the weekend, again, a larger push of moisture. I have to see how far that trough really digs to the south there and brings that moisture up to the north, and we'll just have to see how that low level jet kind of looks. So we'll go to 150 hours here, and we'll look at our low level jets. And we do have a little bit of a low level jet with this. It's still pretty far out, not really far out, but it is far enough to where we can't really get too specific on this at this time. But I mean, you have a upper 20 to lower 30 knot low level jet there into South Dakota and Minnesota there, and so we'll have to keep watching this. And I'm kind of beating a dead horse here, but repeating myself, but we'll just keep watching this as we get later into the week, and definitely be something to continue to monitor. So that's going to be it for tonight's update. I do appreciate all of y'all watching, and I apologize for kind of repeating myself there in the end. Felt like I kept going back over and over again like a broken record, but again, I'm definitely trying to improve I know I've said this 100 times too, but I definitely am trying to improve these updates and forecasts as much as I can, and just get better each time I do them. And if y'all have any suggestions on anything else y'all don't want me to cover weather wise, I really appreciate that. Or just if you have questions about anything, I might be able to answer them. And definitely just trying to improve as much as I can. But I definitely would say I've improved just a little bit since my first forecast video or kind of update I've done. But if y'all would want to see any other type of kind of weather videos or weather content, just let me know in the comments, or just in the comments or whatever, and I would be happy to do that, or do any other kind of content y'all would want to see. But again, I do appreciate all of y'all watching, and I do hope all of y'all are having a great Sunday night or Monday morning whenever y'all are watching.